Hello guys, this is TheGame, and I'm very happy to welcome you to my new podcast. So this is Game Talk. We are live, and today we have a different concept, different show. So in the future, no worry, we're gonna have some athletes. We're gonna have some experts in the fitness industry. You will love this upcoming Friday show. I'm sure about it. Wait for it. Stay tuned on my channel. Stay on my page. I'm gonna tell you about it later. But today, very special video. Very special video. We are going to have together, you and me, Q&A, and yes, question and answer with me, myself, and I. So feel free to post some question in the comment. We already have some question ready because I asked you last week to prepare some questions. So I already still some question that you post on my Facebook, and we're gonna play that together. Question, answer with TheGame. Don't be shy. Let's go. Game on. But first, don't forget the intro of our show, guys. Okay, we are live now. So I've got some Barry White in the background to soothe my mood. I have some munition, voila, to have a bit of well, let's call it water, to have a bit to sour my throat. And as I said, today is Q&A, so feel free, go in the comment section, post anything you want, and if I may answer that question, I will answer that question. So let me introduce myself on the Game Talk. My name is TheGame, Arnaud LEPONT. I'm a cage fighter, professional cage fighter, former cage fighter for one championship. And I'm well known in the business for my crazy entrance, brash and brazen attitude. And now, yeah, guys, and now I'm trying to switch to podcast, and I hope you're gonna like it. For those who don't know me, let's watch a little video together, right?
世界に一人もいないからよ。わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺は一番。目を覚めて前向いてみろ、君僕を恐れてる一発で以上、割り壊すあなたの悪夢に上がる、君運命俺が君でもらう、逃げても意味ない意味ない、俺なら見つけ隠られやしない、必ず君神様渡したい、見つけた預け払わせるからない。わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺の力、わかるか俺は一番。
Voila, it's done. It was me. So if you didn't know about it, I'm a cage fighter. I'm 12 and 5 as a pro. Voila, and I used to fight for one championship. And now we are back live on the Game Talk. Feel free to ask any question you want. And I will take the first question that I can find on my stream. Alors, let's read that. With the economy struggling pretty much everywhere due to COVID and repeated lockdown, do you regret leaving your job as a banker and the financial benefits? By Laurent. I guess I know who's Laurent. Okay, yeah. That's a good question. Do I miss my job, my previous job? So I was a banker back in the day. Before I decided to quit everything and switch to the fight business, I was working for a very famous bank in France, Crédit Lyonnais. And I was doing a really, really decent salary in Paris. It was great. Life was good. But now if I take a step back on my life, I would not be where I am. Maybe I would have more money if I'd stayed in my job, but I'm way more happy where I am right now. I lived my dream, and I'm extremely happy to be where I am today in Vietnam, best country in the world. Whoa! Alors, that's Nora. If you don't know Nora, she's the MC of one championship. She's the voice of one championship. Thank you, Nora. Much love from Vietnam. I hope you're doing amazing. I think you're in Singapore right now, and the situation seems to be better than where I am right now. Much love. Hope you're doing amazing. Okay, really good. That's nice to have it. And I have a what's up, brother, for Wang Quang. Thank you. I'm doing amazing tonight. You see, as much as I have something to drink, I'm feeling great. Keep going. Oh, no. She's in Bangkok. She's in Bangkok. We will have a resident fighter from Bangkok Friday during our show, so we will discuss together about what's going on in Bangkok at the moment. Can we compare to what is going on in Vietnam at the moment? I don't know. Stay tuned. Friday, you will see. We're gonna have a very, very nice podcast. It's a superstar of the fight business. Wait and see, guys. Wait and see. Let's take another question, okay? Boop. Oh, that's French. I was like, Mom, that's French. Cheers, guys. La France ne te manque pas, si j'ai bonne mémoire. Tu es normand? Non, from Arnaud. Do you miss France? Do you mean France? If I'm right, you are French. Yeah, I do. I am French. No, to be honest, I don't miss France. Yeah, I love France. That's an amazing country. But since I'm kid, I always dreamed to live in Asia. And even right now, when life is a bit difficult, I love my life. I love everything about Asia. About if you know, I used to live in Thailand. I make a lot of back and forth with Singapore. But Asia is in my blood, and no, yeah, I would love to see to go to Paris once in a while. Maybe give a seminar, guys. If you feel like it, send me a message, and we eventually can do a seminar. But I love Vietnam way too much. Move forward, bam! From Andre, there is a saying that goes like this: every great fighter still has one last fight in them. Have you ever thought in coming back to the game? And why? Let me drop the camera a bit. That's a good question. I still believe that I'm better than ever right now. Like, honestly, I do feel that I am in the best shape of my life. I do feel that like my cardio is amazing. Do I still have one fight left in me? I'm sure I do. I think I still have even a couple of fights. So technically, I didn't leave the game. I'm still here. I'm still around. The problem is this worldwide pandemic situation makes everything difficult. And would I take the risk of leaving my family for a while, going away, knowing that maybe I will have difficulty to come back to my hometown? It puts everything in a perspective, if you know what I mean. So, do I have another fight left in me? For sure. Damn, I love fighting, and when you are paid for that, it's even better. Is it the right time? I don't think so. So just let it be. Let's wait a bit and yeah, let's give it some time. Laurent, any regrets in your career? Anything you would change? That's a good question. I'm not sure I would change anything. I would have, maybe I would have taken some fight more seriously that I did. There is some fight I was like, oh, it's gonna be an easy fight. Okay, bam, bam. And no, it was not. And I won some fight I should have lost. I lost some fight I should have won. Hey, that's a career. I just wish I made more money that when I did. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and we have that's Michael, Magnificent Mike. That's my co-host most of the time. Is joining me for this podcast. And yes, you're right. And we can. I would say I'm in the top 3 with maybe Bruno Pucci and Shannon Wirachai. Top 3. We are not bad. Top 3. Let's call it a top 3, okay? Allez, what is the next? Oh, John. Hello, John. John from the US, I guess. Any plan of fighting in the US? Yeah, it was supposed to happen. During last year, PFL offered me to join their lightweight tournament. So I was really looking to be part of this major organization. Sadly, at that time, I need to be fully vaccinated to leave the country, and I was not, so I was not able to sign the contract. Now I'm fully vaccinated, so yeah, there is a chance that maybe I will agree for one last ride. I don't know. The money must make sense. The opponent must make sense. And yes, and Michael, I totally agree with you. I still have something in me. So just wait and see, okay? Let's just wait and see. That would be nice to have a final battle, or maybe 2 or 3 final battle. Huh? Okay. Do I use my joker? Let's. Thank you, Michael. Let's be honest. I was not in. I've never been into ring girls. I've never been into ring girls. Nah. Never been my stuff. Meanwhile, some female fighter maybe. Guys, I'm having so much fun. So many comments. I cannot get them all. Yes, I totally agree. Yes, Michael. It must make sense financially. Yeah, it must make sense financially to it's always about risk and benefit. Huh? Risk and benefit. Voilà. If the benefit worth the risk, let's go for it. Let's go for it, right? I move forward. I have so many questions. So many. Xavier, you're going to make a career like Paige Vincent. Let's be honest. I don't think anybody wants to pay to see me half naked on Facebook. I will just be ridiculed and I will not make any money. So bad idea. No, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm alive. Would you, Xavier? You want to see me? You want to see me naked? Nah, you don't. Why you became fighter? Jovidon. Whoa. If you don't know, Jovidon is one of my training partner and a friend and a student. Also, we can call him a student. But he's one of the most gifted student partner that I had the chance to train with in years. So he's stuck in Vietnam. And yes, Jovidon, you have a bright future in front of you. Why I became a fighter? I don't know, man. I was born in martial art. I mean, like my dad put me in karate when I was really young. I was 5-6 years old. I was a bit of an hyperactive child. My dad just pushed me in karate. At that time, I was doing karate. And it keeps, it's like a snowball effect. You do karate, and after you start to learn other discipline and martial art, and it was in my blood. So I don't think I became a fighter. Like I was a fighter by my knowledge, by what my dad decided for me to put me in martial art. And I'm still very thankful to him for doing that, because I think it was a brilliant decision. During face-off. Voilà. I think I get a good point with that. A good point. It was not bad, right? It was not bad. Dame, what do you personally think went wrong against Aoki when you match up with him before? Arthur. Wow. Obviously, if you don't know that, it was a crushing fight for me. Voilà. I fought my idol. I fought Shinya Aoki in 2013. Anyway, I called him out after my win my win to Brian Choi. When I beat Brian Choi, I had the chance to go after my dream. I fought the number one lightweight at that time in Asia, maybe in the world. Nobody wants to fight Shinya Aoki at that time. I used to be a big fan, and I want to fight the best. I mean, why fighting anybody else if you can find the best? Now I understand that business is more complicated because money is involved. At that time, I was like young and stupid. What went wrong? And that was the question. I can talk about that for hours. So I will try to make it short. But I do believe so. When I fought Aoki, and I want to answer the right stuff, I think I first I didn't respect Aoki fighter to fighter. I was still a fanboy. I was a big fanboy of Shinya Aoki, and it's true. I love Shinya Aoki. So when the fight happened, I was still spectator of the fight. I was not really in the fight. I remember my corner, Cédric Jouvet, if you're watching, was screaming at me because I was singing his entrance music back at Survivor. And I was so sure also on the other side that he would at least trade and bang with me and box a bit, that he did not do that. He just went for his strategy, and that was very smart of him. He just went at it, gets the clinch, bring me down. And at that time, I was still a young purple belt. He was the Baka Survivor. And he just, he just killed me. Voilà. Yeah. That's how it happened. True story. It's still a bit harsh, but it's life, and that's how you learn, right? You learn from your mistake. How important is SNC to a fighter career in general, and yours in particular, Chet? Alors SNC, if you don't know SNC, it means strength and conditioning, which is the part that you do outside of the ring. Because when you train, usually you train like twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day during a training camp. And usually in the morning, you do your padding or your boxing. In the afternoon, you have your MMA. In the evening, you have strength and conditioning or running, road work. My first coach, Mathieu Nico, if you look at us, if you're watching this podcast, my first coach was telling me, if you don't have the technique, put the cardio. Like, I don't know. I always try to work super hard my strength and conditioning. I was known to have like an insane physique when I was fighting. I mean, like my body always been a crazy machine when I was coming into the fight. But yeah, I never really understand why after the first round, I was always extremely tired. Maybe I always had some problem with my warm-up. Maybe, maybe it was my warm-up that was over warming up or not enough. It's strength and conditioning is extremely important. I would say it's 1/3 of your work pre-fight to be ready to get in the cage. So don't underestimate that. But there is other parameter. Voilà. Skills, mindset, many things. Hey, Divmer Boja who asked us live what's my thought on Cyril. Cyril Gagne. I saw you corrected. Cyril Gagne. And you think he's gonna beat Francis. Alors, if you don't know Cyril, let me change that for you, brother. Voilà, Cyril Gagne is the interim champ. Francis is the champ heavyweight UFC. They are both former training partner. And they are both trained under MMA Factory Paris, my former sparring partner, and at Mathieu Nico's gym at Free Fight Academy Paris with Fernand Lopez. So if you ask me to put my money, you have a power puncher Francis and a technical striker Gan. So it's a very, very, very easy pick. If you ask me, I think Gan will pick his shot for 5 rounds and get the belt. But it's Francis as the one-shot KO power. So it's always going to be the technical striker against the one-shot KO puncher. But I put, if you ask me, I put all my money on Cyril Gan. I think Gan gonna be the undisputed champ very soon. What would you do? What would you be? What would you be? Your advice? What would you be? Oh la la. Ooh, AG69. What would be your advice to an aspiring fighter? Really good question. Very, very good question. Very good question. I love that question. I can talk. I think it should be a whole podcast about it and not just a Q&A. And because this question is extremely, it's a really good one. J69, thank you for asking it. I love that question. Cheers. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. So I will try to make it fast and short because I can talk for hours on that question. Train. When I say train, I mean train seriously. Don't do what you want to do. That's a big mistake. I used to do finish. Don't do what you want to do. You have to do what makes you better and not tomorrow, today, okay? That's extremely important. Oh, I realize we don't have other side. Voilà, banner. Yeah, because we are live, so we can put the live banner. So, I was saying first train and do what makes you better, not tomorrow, today. This is the most important stuff, okay? If you want to be good at what you do what is needed to be done. I mean, at some time I have to be. You're gonna always be your worst coach. You're always gonna do stuff that makes you happy, and that's not what makes you better. Okay. Second point. Get a manager. That's not your fucking job. That's not your damn job to talk with the organization and negotiate your fight person, your fight, and decide where you're gonna fight. You just, you're here to train, sell the tickets, and go in the cage. Win or lose is not that important at the end. That's not. I mean, like winning is better than losing, right? But losing is part of the fight business. Okay. So, and my last point. Sorry, I'm losing the count. And my last point on your question, G69. Sell the fucking fight. Sell the fucking fight. Cheers to you, man. Cheers to you. Sell the fucking fight. If you, nobody wants to watch the nice guy. Bro, nobody wants G69, nobody wants to watch the nice guy. Okay? Let's make it very easy. Most people at the moment, who do they like? They like Conor McGregor, they like John Jones, they like... I will always say, make people talk about you. And most of the time, they will not talk about you if you are a nice guy. To call people out, when they talk shit, sell yourself. Man, I was so fucking damn good to sell myself. I mean, like, I was creating a character, I was going in the cage. Nobody, I think it's Oprah Winfrey who said, nobody will remember what you did, but everybody will remember how you made them feel. Try to point at the camera. Where is the camera? Here. Okay. So, brother, if you have this question, and that's an amazingly good question. I love that question. 1, train properly. 2, get a manager. I can do that. 2 and 3. That's 1. 3, sell the fight, man. Sell the fight. Make people buy tickets. If they buy tickets, everybody wants you in their show. And that's why at the moment I have some offer, and I'm very, very happy about that. Hey, let's take a live question. Let's learn the way question. Aswadi, have you been plenty of gym in Southeast Asia? Aswadi, Nazran, who's a journalist from Malaysia. I love that guy. Much love. I hope you're gonna have some time for me. Join my podcast. UFC touch. Which one you like the most and why? Good question. Good question. And I lose again my banner. That's a pain in the ass. This shit. Boop, we are back. I think the most proficient, the best gym in Asia, I would still believe it's Tiger Muay Thai because of the infrastructure and the training program. Yeah. I do believe I heard that Bali MMA in Bali has a very, very high level of coaching and professor. And we talk about gym-wise. Gym-wise, yeah, Tiger Muay Thai, Bali MMA. And I don't want to say that, but I will have to. Evolve. Maybe Evolve in Singapore voilà. Tiger Muay Thai, Bali MMA, and Evolve. If I had to train for a fight and prepare well, that would be my pick. Don't throw. No, careful. No, that's just my personal opinion. Okay? I might be wrong. Back at it, and it's already 30 minutes. Allez, 10 more minutes and we stop because it's long and I have to go take care of some other stuff. Mike from PH Philippines, maybe. How to manage a post-fight career and how did you do? How did you do what? How you did it? You mean? I think it's that. How you did it? Mike. I would say me. I'm it's a bit different. I'm a bit lucky because, to be honest, I had diploma before switching to the fight business. I was in the marketing, in the management, and I was in the bank industry. And I have some master degree, so it's easier for me to take a step back eventually. But long before I understand that my career as a professional athlete will not last forever, I already start to switch to the fitness industry. And that's where I am right now. And I'm extremely happy. I love the fitness business. And taking punches in your face for a living will never last long. So, yeah, aspiring fighter, guys, at the beginning of your career, you should already think about what you're going to do next, right? I mean, so if you really like it and you don't feel like doing anything else, start building a gym, get some certification. Me, I've done, every time I can get a certification, I go for the certification. NASM, kettlebell certification, UFC fit, blah, 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 blah. Do it. I believe that the first stuff you should invest in is knowledge, and knowledge lead to certification, diploma. So believe me, it's always gonna help you in the future. Mr. Divmer Boja. Divmer Boja. Okay. That's, yeah, okay. About Jones versus Gan, who do you think will win? Oof. Jones. Because Jones wrestling. Voilà. I think striking-wise, there must be... And Jones is extremely good at controlling distance. So if you want me to put my money today, I would say Gan would beat Francis, and Jones would beat Gan. Voilà. That's how I see it. But I don't think Jones wants Francis. I would not be surprised. Allez, I take two more questions and I will stop because 35 minutes and I have a life, and I'm sure most of you start to get bored and, you know. What's the most difficult part of the fight? What's the most difficult part of the fight? In my case, it was being away from my son. Yeah, by far. I love getting ready for a fight. I love training, waking up early in the morning, doing all my workout, losing weight, even if losing weight would come second in the worst part. But when I want to train and I want to train properly, usually I go away, which means I go to Tiger Muay Thai, Phuket Top Team, some team with a high level of sparring partner. Voilà, because if you don't, I told you, remember, if you do what you like, you don't get good. So you have to get your ass kicked at the gym. Voilà. So, and for me, at that time, I was either in Malaysia, either in another country. So the worst part for me was leaving my kid behind. It was the worst part of the fight. Voilà. It was very tough. But if you are a single man without family, no kid, the toughest part of the fight will definitely be the diet. Losing weight is a fucking pain in the ass. I'm a foodie. I like beers. I can train all day long as I can drink and eat food. I'm fine, okay? But not yeah. When you told me white eggs with tofu, I'm like, okay, that's tough. Oh, and the second part, the second horrible moment, and nobody asked me that question. I'm surprised. Usually, I always hear, you're not scared. You don't know the fear when you fight. Alors, the guy who tell you he's a street fighter, you know, my technique is too dangerous to go in the cage, or saying I'm never scared of going in the cage, is a fucking liar. Fuck him. It's a lie. Like, I've always been scared because, I mean, like, if you don't know fear, you're a dumbass. I mean, like, I always consider the danger of this discipline, of this sport. I mean, like, that's a dangerous sport. That's why I train hard enough to minimize the danger, to minimize the risk. Voilà. So, yeah. The fear, me, I was like, well, you know, like, you always consider the fight, but I was never scared. But when I was backstage, and I remember back in the days for one championship, it was NG, I think it was NG, her name, and she was doing the relay with the recording team. And when she was going backstage, and she was like, Arnaud, game, you're next. 5-minute game, get ready, you fight. I was shitting my pants. True story. Like, I love every single moment, the trainings, getting my ass kicked in the gym, setting the fight. Voilà. But yeah, that moment when you are backstage, getting ready, warming up, and you're laughing with your team, and at that time it was NG getting backstage and saying, game, you're next. Oh, everybody I want to go to the toilet. I was not feeling good. But as soon as I step in the cage, it was a blessing. I loved it. It was who don't love going in the cage in front of billions viewers and 1,000 fans, and it's a very, very unique feeling. And I wish everybody can understand that. Allez, I take one last question because 40 minutes, guys, like, and I almost have no beer anymore. Allez, this one. Come on, guys. Oh la la. Really? Seriously? Okay. One last fucking time. Boss Fighter showed a crazy amount of art. It was a really, really, really beautiful fight. Stamp fight was amazing. Stamp fight was really, really good fight. But this fight was by far one of my favorite during the night. To make it clear, Stop telling me she won the first round and the third round. The fight is not judged by round. We are the judge at the end of the fight. Who do you think win? That's it. There is no scoring. Maybe this is the last time one championship will do that, and they will change their rules, and that's it. It was a really close fight. Even if people think it was a massive robbery, I don't think it was a massive robbery. It was an extremely close fight. I do believe Seo was the aggressor most of the fight and was landing her left hand. Denise was countering with her right hand. She finished very strong the fight, the last 90 seconds of the fight. She dominated, so I think everybody remembers those 90 seconds. I do believe it's extremely close fight. So it's split decision. Sadly, it didn't went her way. I heard the fight is in review. I think it could have been both ways. Sadly, it didn't win on Dennis' side. I feel bad. She did amazing. Voilà, so be it. But what next? If they are smart, they don't start to overturn decision after it makes the judges look like shit. I would make, and I already said that in my previous podcast, I would make Mengbo versus Dennis as a fight, maybe as soon as possible. 24th October, there is a card. I think me and Mike, we're going to do a review about that fight card. They make Mengbo versus Dennis on that fight card. If the cut of Dennis is fight, winner becomes an alternate or take the spot of any injured fighters. There are still 4 fighters. Anybody can get injured if they train seriously. Voilà, that's it. No more question, no more comments. Well, there is a lot of comments, but I'm not gonna. We are done. 42. Go back to your family. Enjoy the night. Spend time with your loved one. Cheers. Get a beer. Stay amazing. Stay awesome. It was the game. It was my first and last Q&A. I'm not gonna redo it again. Much love and always game on.